So you gonna rob me now? I need to remind you who I am.
Omar, isn't it? Pull it slowly, then toss it.
Oh, I will move slow. I ain't tossing nothing. Hold tight. So whatever you're gonna do, you might as well go ahead and make it quick.
I decapitated myself, you can see my spine stick out. Once you pull it out, you can see the wounds on my back bleed out. A master silver tongue with last like wisdom monks. Attacks against the one is blasphemy, and he'll be sure to blast you back again to apple trees. Reverse, I know the wrath of me is actually attached within my roots. There has to be a rationally explained reason for this growth. Grab and peel the roots, your wisdom loose like infant through the abysmal truths. Is where the wisdom's true, the fuel is cooling, broken piston tubes. Knees are rusting, rest in peace, capiche to each his own. The kids want meat and be, but they don't want to see the bone. My back's been hurting, eyes established long before I turned a rapper. Ass of lashing out, the bastards gobbling up the ladder. Oh my Tyler, the masturbator, harass some gators, don't bash my patience. The past the value in reflections. Mirror stare up, rarely has there been a true detection of deflection of fades. No point rejecting the pick on the plates of those with nothing, and give to the heads of lonely serpents. The tone they speak with is an egocentric notion. If I spoke the same, it surely would be starting big commotions. If I broke the pen, the game would dry faster than the lotion. Water down can quench your thirst, so you could treat my flow like potion. Motions running wild, your mother probably wants a daughter. If you don't believe in magic, watch the lovely hands of powders operating size like Omen, deconstructing puzzles like I'm Jigger. The blueprint printed by my features, inching to what's bigger. Poking fun at tokens like I'm dealing cards to bigots. Throwing cards is playing gambit in a game of chess. Knowing dots will hit the target, still be placing bets. Spinning west with lots of feet, but still have two legs. This mix is not the best, but shit, at least a bootleg. That don't apply to most of you intense to mud steppers. The rounds arrive in occupations called to pawn makers. The attributes associated always turn the tides. You could paint the city red or end in dust like Ironhide. I trigger fighter fights in Rome to end a bitter night. Sweet, or take the symbolizes, right will not make me do it. Everything is everywhere, the pot just starts oozing. 2 in 1, the loser spawn plot has started ruined to a compact vision. Plus the effects are getting tuned in. Ceilings rip apart to fit apartments into ruins. Is it accident that accidents is where the camera zooms in? Masters turning back to you, I turn my back on them. Reverse, I know the cards are thrown to make a small difference. Disperse the powers, colors mix and make a stoic image. If the row is filled with poems with the one I wrote before, and amidst a pandemic of anthemic rapping skills, will my rapping be adorned? Shit, reality around me breaking tangerines are orange. Man, don't be a pantomime, they want to be a trophy fiend, but often speeches don't mean what they're preaching out is foggy ink. Lucky pink is what it's always been, a color for the lovely, like the ribbon in the sky. If only CV could have seen it this well. The sea in which the clouds are swimming might have been turquoise still. If only y'all was hard as doing burpees, Phil, I might still be chilling. I probably wouldn't be killing, collapse would be like Dylan's, but living in the real world, I'll try to be a better man. But every time I rise from dirt, I realize that you've been treating this a game. And if that's how you wanna play, I make sure you know who's the villain. Mr. Sinister, a beast sitting in a bistro, flexing reflexes, catching every fist thrown at him. Walk into a room where all your bitches moan for him. The tune of it would make Kanye sample soul again. The doom-inspired gloom like rhyming master villain back. The last time that you heard him, he was spitting shit whack. Like his skills are backing him, but now he's fucking back at it with jackets added onto his scrappy drabby fit. Tapped into the pits of deepest meat inside of him, and now he's spitting acid weird. Stomach swelling full of lies, still not as much as peers. It's the call me vice, I'm feeling like a bomb, killing all your dears. Tear-filled eye sacs, dry blood clear. Here with the rhymes that top up lists. Sorry, my throat was itching. Obscure flows and lengthy verses, both of those are stored in my kitchen. Cook it in the dish, I forget to wash it sinking. What's stuck on the drain is muck that you pick up and claim to be yours. I'm just grinning out of my, but when you're feeding on the meat that I provide, don't blame me if the bone makes you choke. That's like a throne in the possession of a random bloke. The boat can be as big as you want it to you be, but when it's sinking, all you need is a little float. Vice mad boost on, about to drop a kick. Dice ass Newton, sprouting over bricks on the wall, stuck with theirs. You're fucking fair, by the way. What the fuck is the cop? You're getting yourselves boxed in this little cage with the line of your own mate. Try to euthanize it, but the only thing you put down is your mic. Now you're retired, telling me that compared to you, I ain't really tight. Whatever, I'm the right type, like a dog writing rhymes in a typewriter. Back loud and bite whiter. Shock match, your ties not white no more, the flow whiter. So obviously the bread is not black, but it's full of blood and sweat, and it's something I'll never disrespect. But it's not something I chase for days, no Komodo DNA in my veins. The spit is venom hitting no praise, just spitting out of spite. Bidding of Cain, sinning no coward, no cop, robo or not, can tower vice power. Citadel of pain, pricey hours, ligaments are strained. Hindsight provide no answer to its epitome of gain, of near night knowledge. Get bright polish, college styling, causing blight. Died of fire, lighting vice life to shoot up to heights out of sight. Light, stars and days and sun and nights, invisible tread, flying kites, moving puppets, crying mice, grooving dread, crimson droplets in the eyes. Where vice goes is where the mice goes, cause shed a better where I flow. Stellar killer, psychopath, still not as mad as Ezra Miller. Fell on Helen Keller, dumbfounded, bound to have sound surrounded. Loud-mouthed, bounce around the genre to lyrical entourages. Counter scorn vengeance, bounty counter chanted songs, daunting the haunted denizens. No grass touching eons like netizens. Reverse, I know the cards are thrown the betters in. At first I was hesitant, but thus had me reminiscing. The roots of my rhymes, generating from boots in the slime, turning fools into moms. Think they could do what it right at a young age, but what they forget in the first place is vice turned a villain after a rough race against the stream that runs main. Vainglory, tough face, beating hard, racing bold, pain won enough face to seep out his hate, replacing Jodes in this electrifying adios. Rappers is a lot of tag, the ground is only 9 toes. It's fine though, wrapped up from behind goes your hind bone to hide the fact that you got a missing spine, yo. No shame in admitting you a backbiter, but don't flare when your mouth tastes ass after. Jazz pass nonsense shit out of his mouth to a scat bastard. Use and excuse yourself, but don't change his nastier. Vice a well-known dastard, blast your angelized hazard. Back to Ta Entsok, plus he's a dazzler. Shh, villain making a statement, berating rappers because that's how he ignore his own predicament. The face bent so he wears different maxes to hide his own state bent. No metal plates but metal face inspired him to take on multiple faces. Dark days came and went like heartbreaks and 808s, but nothing felt heavy once the bass hit. Aim at targets with no care for casualties. Hassle feel as a cheap, rather be a master villain brilliant with blaster beams. The game incomplete without me, the masterpiece.